My heart goes out to this guy. Never commit blindly. Girls come and go. Enjoy the grind and know women for what they really are. For starters, I deeply love my wife and she loves me more than anybody ever has before. Until today, I have considered myself very lucky to fall in love with her and felt like it was my biggest accomplishment in life and have done everything I can for her. We never planned on getting married, but when she aged out of her parents' insurance, she was freaking out about not having health care. I didn't even hesitate and offered to marry her so she could get on my insurance. This made my weekly rate go up by 5 times compared to what I would pay for just myself. That hurt, but my priority number one had been her. She had a late start on college, and she's only a handful of classes in. She's been taking just 1 or 2 classes a semester and wants to get a 7-year degree, which would take 14 years at the rate she is going. I thought about it and decided it would be better for her to take 3 or 4 classes a semester, and I would pay for the classes myself. But in order to afford that, I had to take an overnight lead position at work and get as much overtime as I possibly could. So I've been working my ass off. I'm making more money, but I can't even spend any of it on myself. Since my wife is so preoccupied with school, she could only work 25 HRS a week at a lowly paying restaurant job. Because of this, she can barely make rent and her own bills. So I've been footing the grocery and medical bills and saving every dollar I can for her schooling. I don't even eat out anymore. It hurts to see so much of my money go, but it was always worth it feeling like I was supporting my wife. This has come at a cost of us not seeing each other most nights, but we agreed it was a sacrifice we had to make to have a better future together. It has been rough, but we have been making the most of every single minute we have after she gets off work and before I leave. Every experience we've had together feels like a cute little date. We try to have sex every day, minus the one she has to work a double on, sometimes even twice a day. Regardless, she feels very lonely at night. Anyway, today we have a conversation that goes something like this. Her, I love you so much. I wouldn't even mind if you hooked up with other women, so long as you let me know. Me, you've told me this before. Why do you say that? Her, I just think our love is so strong. It wouldn't even be fazed by that. And if it's something you want to do, I wouldn't be upset. Me, that's really nice, but I would rather share you in a threesome. We both talked about the possibility of a threesome before, and both agreed if one of us wanted to have one, the other would agree to do it. Though I think the idea of a threesome is hot, I never asked for one because she is great. Sex with her is great. I don't feel like our love life really needs that kind of spice. And to be honest, I think I would get jealous. She goes on to say, that would be fun, but it doesn't have to be a threesome. You can honestly hook up with other girls on your own and that would be fine. Then it starts to dawn on me. Wait a minute. Are you trying to get my permission to hook up with other guys? Her, well, I've been so lonely and horny lately. I think it would really help me while you're away. I was heartbroken to hear this. The only reason I'm away at night is so I could financially support her and her costly dreams. I started tearing up and felt so hurt. So I put everything I have into working and saving for you. Working nights, which I hate to do. And you want to punish me for that by cucking me. Her, no, I'm sorry for saying any of that. That was very selfish of me. Don't be sorry. You're only being honest. At this point, tears are rolling down my cheeks, and I feel so small. Not like much of a man at all. I'm not mad at her. As a matter of fact, I respect her for being so bravely honest, but it hurts to know she wants to be with other guys when all I want to do is be with her. She started to feel guilty and began to apologize like crazy, even saying she fucked up by even bringing it up. I can't even look at her, because I know that would make me break down and sob uncontrollably. When I'm sad or mad, I get very passive-aggressive, and as she kept trying to apologize, asking what she could do to make it right, I just kept giving her short answers. You did nothing wrong, it's my fault for not being enough. Eventually, I excused myself to the bathroom and cried there until it was time for me to go to work. I avoided her on the way out and had the most depressing drive to work. It's been eating away at me the whole shift. I've been living for her. I slave away at work as much as they will let me for her. I spend every minute outside of sleeping and working with her. I buy everything she can for her. I express my love for her every chance I get. I thought I was being a good husband, and today, I felt like what I'm doing for her ain't shit. I am so devastated that the solution she came up with for her loneliness is to be dicked by another guy while I'm out earning money for her dreams. Again, I'm not mad at her, but now I know she doesn't see me the same way that I see her. I get lonely being away from her too, but I would never want to cure that by being balls deep in another woman. My reality is shattered. I feel so inadequate and like I will never be enough for her. She has apologized and wants to make things right, but I don't know if they could ever be right again. Even if we get through this, I'm always going to be wondering if she's hooking up with other guys and just not telling me about it. Since the one time she even brought up the idea, I took it like a crybaby bitch. I'm not looking for any advice on the matter. I just really needed to get this off my chest somehow. But I am far too embarrassed to bring it up to anyone I know.